Welcome to Makeshift Garage. Hey, we got a lot to do on the Jackass, but before we get to that, let me give you the nickel tour on the 99 diesel. I got a buddy over in Cutchogue. His name is Gary. He's a really good guy, you know, and he called me up and he told me, hey, I got this truck in my backyard. It's been sitting for a couple of years. You know, I was driving it and I went to go get it inspected and they told me, look, this truck's not gonna be able to be inspected. The back was all rotten and he was actually driving it home and he dropped the drive shaft, the rear end shifted. The truck was rotten, it broke. One side of the frame on that side literally broke and had a gap like that. It was a mess, it was a nightmare. So he got it towed to his backyard and it sat there for a couple of years. He said, I know you guys can do something with this truck. So he gave it to us. So what I did to get it home was I went down to the auto parts, I picked up nuts and bolts and U-bolts and whatnot, and I put the thing back together as far as the back goes. I had to get new U-bolts. I had to slam hammer, you know, with a sledgehammer, I had to slam the rear end back somewhat straight and re-U-bolt the thing down because everything rotted and snapped and it was a mess. And I'd come along the thing together, so it kind of pulled it and got the gap out of there, and then I drove it home. And once I got it home, I brought it in the backyard. It wasn't even level. The backyard was like grass and it was like unlevel, and I tried to level the truck out the best I could, and I cut the frame and just dropped. I ripped the bed off. I disconnected everything on the back of the truck. A buddy of mine gave me a frame for a two-wheel drive. This is a four-wheel drive. So I couldn't use the whole frame, but I could use the back end of the frame. I cut it at a certain spot on both sides. I went and got the frame, cut that at the same spot. I brought it back. I put these big long metal shims on both sides, bolted them down, slipped the thing on, bolted it all up, and then I welded the bejesus out of it. And it's been perfect ever since. So recently, also what I had to do was a lift pump and an exhaust manifold. So other than that, this truck is awesome, man. I love it. It doesn't have much rot, a couple of little rust spots there, but nothing, man. I mean, it's really a good truck. It's got a 14,000 pound towing package on it. So she tows really good. She's strong as hell. I did put spacers on it as well. I put like an 1.5 or 2-inch spacers on the front and the back, I think, yeah. Or beef out the truck a bit. It really turns nice now too. Oh, because I got oversized tires, so it was rubbing a little bit. That's why I put the spacers on. Let me show you the engine. Let me pop the hood first. I got things, you know, zip tied, you know, but it works, man. It opens, it closes. Look at this engine. I mean, it's beautiful. Gary really took care of the truck, man. I had to put a couple of batteries in it too, back in 22, it looks like. So, you know, I've had the truck for 2 years already. I've been riding it hard. I got to tell you, it started giving me issues, and I did park it for about 6 months because I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then one day we just started troubleshooting it, and everything came together. We figured everything out right then and there. Number one, the lift pump was definitely brand new, and I had to rip everything out of the way to get to it. And then over here, look at this brand new exhaust manifold. I had to disconnect the turbo. Pretty much the thing came right out. I was really surprised about the bolts. I didn't have to heat them. I didn't have to tweak them. All I did was, I didn't spray them. All I did was get on it and bang, snap them loose, man. Once they snapped them loose, they came out like butter. I sprayed them up a little bit and put them back in. They went in like butter. Let me start it up. Listen to it, man. She's a good truck. So this is a 1999 24-valve diesel Cummins. And I'll tell you, I love this thing, man. I absolutely love it. I love the way it sounds. I love the way it shifts. I love the way it drives. I love everything about this thing. It's one of my favorite vehicles. Let me show you how it drives. First gear will rip stumps out and knock a house off its foundation. Love this truck. I give it 2 thumbs up, man. She's my best friend. All right, broskies, we'll catch you tomorrow. Hey, if you like what you see, subscribe and follow us on all our other platforms.